Okay, Wednesday, 3rd of September 2025. So Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Being price agnostic, first principles over feelings. Now, in the past, I did some videos about ignoring Bitcoin's price, but instead looking at its fundamentals, its hash rate, and the positive feedback loop, the flywheel of adoption and infrastructure and market movement, people coming to the market. But I realized that you can go deeper at a more meta level than that, as in a sense as though to say, the day-to-day price fluctuations, 1%, 2%, 3%, whatever, that's a feature, not a bug, first of all, to understand as a first principle, but also to take a step back and say it is noise, it's just static. When, not if, but when you understand, as you understand more first principles of Bitcoin, when you understand them, you start to realize that price general direction, because the first principles, the maths adds up. So the time, price predictions become immaterial, it just becomes noise, it just becomes messages and social media. But the direction, it becomes increasingly obvious. So all that is a distraction. The day-to-day price, the week-by-week price is irrelevant for compared to where the market will be in 6, 12, 24 months, where the hash rate will be in 6, 12, 24 months, where the 200 week and day moving average will be in 6, 12, 24 months, where the market infrastructure, players, the space, the developments in the market will be different in 6, 12, 24 and beyond months. So in one way, the price becomes, or the market, as you understand where things are going, and the first principles of the market, Federal Reserve, quantitative easing, fractional reserve lending and beyond, as you understand more of those things, the day-to-day swings are becoming a little immaterial. Yes, of course, keep an eye on things and measure things, KPIs and OKRs, by all means. But the fog of war, so to speak, vanishes because you know the trajectory. You just don't know when. And that's half the battle. You know where it's going to be, you just don't know when. And it's kind of a bit immaterial because if you can arrange things in life, structure, lifestyle, business, you name it, so that time is on your side, you've won. You haven't won yet, but you've basically won. And the longer the time horizon you have, I did a video about this a year and a half ago, I guess, he with the longest time horizon wins. The bigger the time horizon you have, the better. Because most of the time, it's just patience is needed in the market. You can just outweight the competition, so to speak. Okay, interesting. So you become quite price agnostic. The swings are just noise because you know the direction of the market, you know where it's going to be. In 6 months' time, as I said earlier, the whole market setup, the players, the infrastructure, the developments, the news, the fundamentals, you name it, the fundamentals and the technicals will be completely different from now. Never mind 12 or 24 months from now. So if time's on your side and you've got the calm and collectiveness to not panic and not see a 10% drop in anything and just sell and run away, if you're not doing that, you are as good as have won. You basically won. It's just the market in reality is catching up to you. You're catching up to your thesis. That's why I don't bother with the price so much. It's nice to keep an eye on things and keeping a general sense of the market, but 1%, 5%, whatever, it's immaterial because I know the trajectory. And like in the car, I know where the traffic lights are, so I know when to go fast, when to go slow. I just know what's going to happen. I just know what to do and when. So it's just a matter of time. So being price agnostic in the market is very, very powerful. Essentially, as I said earlier, at a deeper meta level, it is whatever you do, as a heuristic, a rule of thumb, whatever you do, always have time on your side. Wow, quite powerful. In anything, life, business, relationships, you name it, if time's on your side, it's as good as won. It's as good as over. Pack your bags, you've won. You've just got to wait for reality, the infrastructure, the market, the players, the developments to catch up to you. And as it catches up, it raises you, you ride that tide because you've positioned yourself in the correct way so that you just float with it. A rising tide raises all boats. Well, if your boat's in the right place, it will be lifted by the tide. Interesting. So that's what I've subtly noticed at a deep level. The day-to-day price, arguably if anything, is a bit immaterial. It's the trajectory based on the first principles, which is a combination of the technical analysis, like I said, that Bitcoin flywheel, that 200-week moving average, and the fundamentals, the market, the infrastructure, the developments, the companies, the legals, the technicalities, the things happening in the world, the infrastructure being built on top of it. That's powerful. That's powerful. It gives credence to that meme again where Bitcoin's inevitable. All roads lead to Bitcoin, so therefore it is inevitable. Wow, interesting stuff. And you can go deeper to say, well, fiat has no bottom, therefore Bitcoin has no top. Meaning there's no limit to how many pounds and dollars and euros can come into existence via banking. Therefore, there's no limit to how high Bitcoin can go, because all those pounds and dollars eventually find their way through education, because people need to actively buy and sell their fiat to buy Bitcoin. Moving from one form of energy, dollars, to another, a better, superior form of money, superior form of energy. But that's another conversation. That's powerful. Very, very powerful. I saw this great tweet once that said the price of Bitcoin, and this is like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 2020, 2019, something like that, said that the price of Bitcoin is a lagging indicator of mankind's understanding of finance. Whoa. The price of Bitcoin right now is a lagging indicator, meaning it represents what people know in the past of what their understanding of money is. Like I said earlier, if your boat's already in the harbour, you're just waiting for the tide to be there. You can be early, a month, a year, a decade, whatever, but the market will soon catch up. Powerful stuff. If you know the trajectory, technical analysis, fundamentals, flywheel, you know what to do. Then the price becomes immaterial, and just wait. And even go deeper as well. People would say, oh, but the volatility, it goes down. And you could say, well, remember, it's a feature, not a bug. Then I would flip it around in a very Machiavellian way. What a relief. Your capital is at risk. What a relief. I thought it was going to be static, doing nothing and melting away like an ice cube. What a relief it's at risk. Because then you could say, remember that volatility is a feature, not a bug. You could say, well, Bitcoin's here today and it might crash down there. Yeah, it's possible. There's a bell curve of possibilities. But also, the opposite side of the bell curve, it could go way up there. It could go all the way up there, But you can't get that possibility unless that's possible as well. The range of possibilities is greater. It can't skyrocket without the same risk of it dropping like a stone. So then you could say, well, thank goodness it's volatile, because that means that it's possible that my thesis has more credence that it'll be $1 million by whenever date. The time, I don't know, whichever date, but I think it will be. Therefore, it's just a matter of time. And you've just proven it's possible, because it's the inverse. You've just said it's possible to collapse. Volatility, you're scared, implying worried it's going to go down. But by the same logic, just inverted, if it can go down there, it can go up there, based on the first principle of the banking system. Fiat's got no bottom, therefore, but Bitcoin's got no top. It just pieces all together. What that means then, at a meta level, with Bitcoin, time's on your side. You cut through all the middlemen, and you calculate it all, and you just realise that, hang on a minute then, time's on your side. And that gives credence to another tweet that I saw recently, a week or so ago, that essentially said that long you had been holding on to Bitcoin, 3 years plus, the chances of being in profit, let's keep it really loose, in profit, when priced in dollars, was 99 point whatever percent. I saw a tweet, and it just got higher and higher. 5 years, 10 years, the chances of being in profit were 99.99 something microscopic percentage, not infinitesimally high after 10 years, whatever. So that chart right there just shows it's on your side. And the logic I just explained, if that's possible, so is that, based on banking, fractional reserve lending, time. Whoa. So the day-to-day prices, immaterial. Distractions, noise, news, tweets, buzz, just noise. Here today, gone tomorrow. In 6 months' time, like I said earlier, the market will be completely different. In 12 months' time, 24 months' time, the market's just going to catch up to your thesis. So then it's a question of, can you hodl and do nothing? Absolutely nothing. That's what hodling arguably is. Do that for 6 months, or 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 years. Pick a time frame. 60 years. Ooh, pick a time frame. That's the real question. Of course, self-custody, usual things like that. Yeah, but the time horizon, that's the interesting thing. The more you understand the first principles of Bitcoin, the more agnostic you become to the price or the daily swings. The more you understand Bitcoin's first principles, the more indifferent you become to the day-to-day swings. Wow, that's very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. Time, whatever you do, make it so time is on your side. Very, very powerful. Yeah. But otherwise, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Subscribe for more, and you will see me tomorrow.